Good morning and welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a week or two that I didn't put out a video, and the reason why, February 6th was my birthday, and I had got a big surprise that morning when I woke up, and I was on my phone checking everything, checking all YouTube stuff, and when you get monetized through YouTube, you could go into the partner portal and start getting monetized or ads, basically like Google AdSense. And I already knew about Google AdSense prior to my channel growth and everything like that, just a tad bit, didn't know too much. And what I didn't know, I should have read into it, is that when you're doing Google AdSense, you have to pay for it. And I had my PayPal account linked to my Google Ads, and what happened, because I had fraud on my account before, so anything that comes through PayPal, you got to agree to it and all that good stuff. So when my Google Ad payment came through, because I knew I had to pay, but I just didn't know how much until I got hit with the bill, almost $200. And the problem was, two things happened. One, PayPal was scratching their head on it. It was like, oh, should we pay it or not? And two, that I kind of didn't really know what was coming out. You know, I didn't know how much was coming out, and I kind of like blew it off, which is my fault. And so Google AdSense suspended my account. So therefore, I'm not getting the ads anymore. So basically all my YouTube stuff, it is getting monetized, but you know, a lot of people know that YouTube doesn't pay hardly nothing, especially for a new YouTuber that's coming up doesn't have that many subscribers and many views watched on their channel. For example, for myself, close to 250,000 watch hours or video watches is nothing. It is absolutely nothing. It's probably, so right now I'm gonna put up how much I made since the time I got the Google Ads set up until now, and you can see the revenue. I'll show you guys. I really don't care, but I'll show it to you up here. And the problem was, I'm not getting anything, especially now since I don't have the Google Ads account's been suspended. I appealed to it a couple times, and they absolutely, bloop, nope, it's not going to give it to me. So I am done there. Only way I probably could get my Google Ads back, I found an agency that can appeal your Google Ads for you. It takes them a couple weeks, and it is $3,500 to get them to get your Google Ads back up. I'm not a company at all, and I am a very, 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 very small person when it comes to YouTube. I don't have that type of money. I mean, I can't spend that. I can't spend that whatsoever to get my Google Ads back up. And to pay Google Ads almost $200 a month for ads on my channel, to have my subscribers grow, I can't afford that. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna do it for fun. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here at the storage, because I have other responsibilities that's more important than YouTube. Unfortunately, you know, that's just the way of life is. I have my job, I have property I have to maintain and stuff like that, and things, you know, got bills to pay. So I don't want to keep ranting on about the things normal people have. And I guess I'm just doing this for fun, which is quite all right. I don't have a problem. I love talking to all my subscribers, the ones that reach out to me about anything and everything. I don't have a problem with that. Even people that's local, it's totally fine. I have no problem with that, and I enjoy it. And I enjoyed talking to the subscribers and also, you know, getting their feedback. And a lot of them want my opinion, which is awesome. I mean, I love to help people. That's what I do for my regular job. I help my technicians out. If they need help on how to do something or anything like that, because I work for ADT, I don't have a problem. They reach out to me and I help them. So other than that, that is what it is. Now, back on the Element, some of my subscribers and some of the forums that I'm on YouTube, I mean not YouTube, Facebook, I have bought. So this all what happened. I know you guys are like, come on man, get to making something or fixing something. So let's see. When I did all my suspension work and, you know, fixed everything, I wanted to put new axles, because one of the axles I had rebuilt last year. Well, called myself rebuilding it last year, and it always didn't seem right. Because one, that was my first time rebuilding an axle, and it just wasn't. I don't think it was right. So always heard sounds and stuff when I was driving. So I was like, you know what, screw it. Let me just buy new axles. So I bought some new axles off of Amazon, aftermarket axles, which you absolutely don't want to do. Don't ever do that. If you need axles, it's best to buy them from the dealer. I learned that the hard way. So when I bought those new aftermarket axles, I put them on. Every time I took off, it shook. It shook a little bit and then it was fine. And for me, I couldn't stand that whatsoever. So I thought maybe it was the passenger side. So I took the old passenger axle, not a problem. I never had one problem. So I took that one off. I put the old one back on. I still had a shake. I knew it was that driver's side at that point. Well, I had no choice. It was only the driver's side. And I knew it wasn't, because it's the all-wheel drive version, and I knew it wasn't the drive shaft, because it wasn't having a problem prior to me pulling out that driver's side axle. So I didn't film it whatsoever yesterday. I was still down in the dumps with the whole ads and stuff, and I didn't film. I did rebuild the driver's side, and I use, let me grab it for you. Oh, what did I do with it? Let's see here. So when I rebuilt it, I had used this part number. If you guys want to rebuild your, let's see if it'll focus there. There we go. If you want to rebuild your axles, I recommend that part, the actual boot, because it worked out perfectly. Now, I did not use the black grease that came with it. I used something just a tad bit thicker. It's like an all-purpose grease from AutoZone. And I rebuilt it. And oh, the problem, and let me go back, I'm sorry. The problem when I pulled out, when I was doing the suspension work and all that stuff on here, when I was replacing those top hats for the struts, that's when that axle popped out. And when it popped out, normally if it popped out, you just pop it back in, not a problem. But when it popped out, being that black grease is so thin, the actual bearing inside is slipped out and went in front of the axle. So when I pushed it back in there, it looks like it's in there all the way. And when I took off, it was just making bad sounds. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't screw up the axle, so I'll pull the axle out, put new axles in. That's when all the shakes started. So yesterday, I took my old driver's side axle, pulled it apart, and that's when I noticed that the bearing came out, because there's 3 in there. And it's 3 bearings in there. And I slid it, I took it all out, cleaned all the grease out, I mean, totally cleaned it out, re-greased it, put this boot on there, and it absolutely was perfect. Now that old boot, it has too much play in it. It was some cheap boot I got off of Amazon. I got this one off of Amazon too, but it was a little more expensive. I think it was like $10 more, which was not a problem for peace of mind. So I put that one on there. It's a lot thicker. It's exactly like OEM almost. So I should have went that way from the beginning. So that's enough on that. What I want to do today is I think I want to change the exhaust. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna disconnect the resonator and the muffler, and I have another muffler that I want to try on it. I'm gonna try to fix it on where it's just sitting there before I start welding up stuff. So let's get started on that and see what we can do. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is remove these bolts here. And I know they're gonna come off because I had replaced the cat once before. And then remove this hanger and just let it drop down for a sec. I think it's another flange back there where I could just separate the two. So let's go ahead and just remove this one. And this is all just for experiment because I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I have no idea. Let's see here. Alrighty. I need that out the way more. I didn't know there was another hanger over there. Let me scoot over here and see if I can pull it off. Alright, there we go. Wish I had a lift. Alright, perfect. Now we got it out the way. And let me grab the other exhaust muffler. Alrighty, so that's my mock-up. It's actually a Flowmaster Super 44. I know some of you guys are shaking your head like, no, dude, don't do it. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. No, you guys don't? Oh, okay, my bad. Well, let's start it up and see what it sounds like. I know you guys are like, please don't do it. All right, here we go. What do you think? Yes, no? Maybe so? All right, let me give it some gas. No? I wonder what it'd be like if I just remove, because I want a little more power. The stock exhaust is so restrictive. I know I have the stock headers and everything. Eventually I'm gonna change that and also put a cold air intake on it, but it was really responsive with just this little mock-up setup here. It was really responsive. Wow. I mean, unfortunately, it is a Honda. I mean, either Honda or Toyota or whatever. They all import cars, and they all going to sound somewhat similar if you change the muffler or the exhaust. It's not going to sound Brody because it's just a 4-cylinder. I want to sure. Go ahead and just do it anyway. What do you guys think? Yeah. Okay. I wish I didn't have to cut this one up. I really don't want to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we should. I kind of do, but I don't think it's a good idea. Sorry, it's blacking out there. But I did get another part for the for the CTS, and I have to probably. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to take it up to Scott and see if he can machine it a little bit better. I mean, it's fine the way it is, but it wasn't designed for this car whatsoever. So it's this doohickey here. Pretty nice. It's a billet piece. It's it should attach to. Let's see here. I have this donut thingy here that I'm not sure. I don't think it doesn't line up that well, so that's why I was gonna have Scott machine it to fit a little bit better. So it just has to be ovaled out a little bit better, offset just a tiny bit. I mean, a really tight, like that much. But we'll see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the exhaust back together. I don't think I'm gonna cut it. I really don't. I want to so bad, but I don't want to. I want to. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the junkyard, get another flange and stuff, and put it on there and leave my stock exhaust alone. Because I haven't found aftermarket exhaust for this car. Unless you custom make it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is some out there that you can buy, but I haven't seen it, and I haven't really looked into it. But I think I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is just get the flanges, or just cut out the resonator and see what it sounds like that way. But I don't want to cut this one up yet. Yeah, I don't want to cut that one up yet. All right. Well, since that didn't work. Let's go ahead. I need to, I got a ton of comments, even on Facebook, about the cross member, the CTS transmission. It needs to be reinforced. I know a lot of people say it may work because it's a pretty thick plate. It seemed like it's thicker and stronger than that aluminum that was there, but I want to go ahead and reinforce that. So instead of working on an old element, I'm just gonna probably take it out and let's work on that CTS cross member. I need to get that 100% done. I thought I was done with what it is as is, but it needs to be reinforced some more, especially the amount of horsepower I want to make. Even half of the horsepower I want to make, I think it needs to be reinforced. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna just pull it off. I'm not gonna bore you guys pulling it off and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna pull it off, and we're just gonna get right to work. All right, so I got the bracket out, and it sits like this in a car. So I just got it turned over, and I got a piece of not flat stock, square tube. See if you guys can see it. A piece of square tube that what I was thinking about doing, and get a little closer, is making it fit something like that, and put another piece right here to reinforce from here to here. Now this area here, I think it's going to be totally fine. I really can't put too much here because of the shape of the car, but I think it'll be okay. I mean, worst case scenario, it breaks and I just redo it, but I know that this part won't. And I tried to make it where it had a little tiny bit of a radius, so when the transmission sits down, it flattens out. It's more like a spring almost, but since I left the car sitting on it, it kind of like straightened it out. so it don't have that radius no more. So let me cut this up and let's see if we could get this fitted on there. I'm not too sure how I'm gonna mark this. I guess I'm gonna have to get a marker and get in there and Sharpie it up real quick. Oh no, I can see, since putting this flat stock there, I can see it a little bit better now. Okay, so let's grab a marker here real quick. Let's do orange, and I can see it a little bit better. And let's see here. I know some of you guys are like, man, you need a table. I kind of do. Well, I do have somewhat of a table. I know you guys see that little four-wheeler thing right there. That's something I play with off camera. Okay, so I have it all marked out how it needs to be cut. You know what? Why didn't I just go to the end instead of wasting all this? All right, I can do it again. All right, so let's cut it real quick. Kind of fits, but I have like wells right there, so that kind of interferes with it. But I was thinking something like that. This side fit absolutely perfect, but it's not sitting all the way down because of those wells. So what I'm gonna do is grind out those wells some, so that can fit a little bit flush.
Fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
I'm not sure where the camera left off because the battery died, but I have that all somewhat done on this side. I'm gonna weld the other side and put the other bracket on. I didn't want to bore you guys too much of doing that, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out real quick. All right, so I got the cross member for the transmission totally done. I even put a little paint on it. As you can see here, it's really blurry. One day it'll clear up, one day. But I just put paint to protect it from rusting, even though it wouldn't have rust in here, not that much. I just wanted to put it that way, but I am going to get it powder coated. So it's going to be sanded, sandblasted all off and then recoat it. So I'm gonna test it up again real quick and see if make sure it fits okay. And I did oblong the screw holes a little bit more, so I can move the transmission over just a tad bit. It needs to be more, but I don't have the carbide bits here to drill it out. I tried to do it just a drill bit, but it just, you know, it's all over the place. So let's grab it and throw it in real quick. Alrighty, so let's get this joker back in there. Let's see here. Put that one there. And let's see, put this one here. At least it still lines up pretty good. No, I wish I had some ratchet wrenches. It'd be a little bit easier. But I'm a YouTuber on a budget. On a budget. On a budget. It looks like it's hitting over here. It is hitting this shield, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's hitting the actual body of the car. I'm pretty sure about that, but that looks good. Good. It looks good enough. Well, I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, I'm not a professional, but I can get the job done. But I think that it's going to be a lot better. Let me know if you guys think I should reinforce this some more too. I don't think so, but just let me know. I wish I could have done those wells a little bit better. Might end up grinding them down and redoing them. I don't know. Let's go. It's time to go. We got other things to do. All right, so that's gonna be it. I'll try to get you guys a little something. I just got to get back into the groove of everything and take my losses to the chin. Boom. And just keep going. You know, everything is everything. Shit, I don't know. But I'm just gonna keep going with it. I'm not gonna try. I'm trying not to let it get me down and just keep going with everything. So until then, guys, please comment, like, subscribe. And let me know what you think about the Element exhaust. Should I change it? Should I leave it alone? Should I take out the resonator? I need your help. I don't know. I know I have a ton of Element subs out there. You guys will lead me in the right spot. I never had nobody, you know, tell me something that was absolutely incorrect or wrong or anything like that. It's a whole bunch of knowledge out there. I just don't have it all. I have just this much out of a whole lot. I'm talking about from the ground up, you know, but I only got that much knowledge of it from just working on this one. I did look to buy another Element and just make it different. Just make it totally opposite of my off-road one and make it on-road, you know, make it like a, I really love to make it a track car. That'd be, I mean, a track, I think that'd be awesome, but that probably won't happen because I need to get old girl done because she's been sitting and my other car done, but I got to keep going. So until then, guys, please comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you later.